Now, I bought the MixMate to replace this little Mookie mixer. They're quite similar units. Both are 4 inputs, 4 stereo inputs, 1 stereo output, both USB powered, both very small. MixMate has a headphone output, and more crucially it also has this USB audio output. It has some similarities with the Mookie in as much as there's these mono stereo switches on 3 of the inputs. The Mookie has switches on all 4. Let's have a look at the connections on the back. 6.35 inch jacks and the USB power socket on the left. I mainly want to use this for its audio output, but the intriguing thing about this particular mixer is that it has USB audio out, which means it kind of acts like an audio interface just by itself, possibly. Powering it from a normal USB power block. I'm going to plug the mixer into that and see what happens. For an audio source, I'm going to use this little Korg NTS1. I'll connect the NTS1 using this stereo cable. Okay, so we're all connected up. Let's just do a quick review. We've got the mixer powered by this powered USB hub, which is itself connected through the camera connection kit to an iPad, and the audio input is coming from this NTS1. Right now the NTS1 and the mixer have their own separate power sources. Let's fire up AUM and see if it recognizes the mixer as an audio interface. Hardware input, and it's saying MixMate left and right, so we've got a stereo USB audio input there. Yay. Alright, so we've got a little arc going on, and AUM's picking it up. Outstanding. So there you have it. It's kind of acting as an audio interface. There's nothing else between the NTS and the iPad, and it's converting that to USB sound. Now, according to the manual, it's 24-bit, 96 kilohertz USB audio, stereo. Of course, the one thing that this doesn't have, when I compare it to my Steinberg, is any kind of MIDI throughput. Okay, so now I'm powering the NTS1 and the mixer from the same powered USB hub, and straight away I'm noticing a problem, noise. And you can see that the manual specifically warns me against this. Okay, so looks like we won't have any MIDI going through this thing, which is, as I expected. But nevertheless, for this amount of money, I've got 4-channel stereo mixer with a USB output option and a audio output option. I mean, that's got to be the most cost-effective basic audio interface if you're just running a few instruments into iPad and you don't really need the MIDI sync. So ultimately what I wanted this for was to fit in this tiny little space and allow me to mix the output from the synth and the output from the drum machine into a single stereo channel that would go into into the back of this Steinberg. So I'm not going to be using the USB audio. I'm just using the regular audio output from the mixer, and it sounds pretty good.
效。